Well, when we go to reach adults, there's usually children where the adults are. You know, it's hard to find places where there are only adults. But this needs to be publicly exposed to reach a lot of people, and we need to reach a lot of people in the churches. So signs are very effective for that.
Don't you think instead you could give something less violent that's more like informational that you can give out to people that they can read instead of something that might be giving their kids like something that you definitely don't want as your result?
We could do that, but I think this stirs people up more. This makes people think differently about what's going on. This is more of an urgent message, bold message. I think that's required to like...
But it does cause hostility and anger towards you and your purpose. I do obviously believe that this is wrong and that we should be fighting against it. But also having signs like these in front of children. I don't have any kids, but I'm an older sister of 4. And having signs like these kind of makes us want to oppose you per se mentally, because we're like, how could you put this in front of our kids?
Yeah.
Whereas most of us do agree with you, and we should be asking for your help in how we can do it better, how we can like work with you.
Yeah.
But doing it in a form like this makes us almost not want to.
Well, I mean, I'm looking for laborers, you know, and if people aren't willing to publicly display victims of a Holocaust so that children's lives are saved, if they're more concerned about children having nightmares than children being saved, like from being murdered, I mean, are they really going to be that effective in the battle in the first place? Not everybody has to use these signs, not everybody has to display this, but this is very needed. This saves people's lives. So I want people who are ready to go out and show this to millions of people, because it's extremely necessary to save children from being murdered. I'm more concerned about saving people from being murdered than saving people from having nightmares and having some discomfort over seeing this.
Well, see, I'm concerned with both, because I want to protect not only the unborn children, but also the children that have them.
Okay, and these images save people from being murdered. So you are doing something that saves people from being murdered when you're publicly displaying them so that thousands of people can see it. Because some of those people will change their minds because they saw it and they won't murder their children. So that's necessary to save people from death.
But doesn't it also turn people away from your cause? Because they see these and they're like, I don't want to be that person holding it. I would rather just not have it at heart.
I mean, that's kind of a selfish way of looking at things. I trust the Holy Spirit to convict people of their sin and turn them to a lifestyle of obedience to God. If people are already living in a sinful mindset, like a selfish mindset, I mean, so be it. God's going to change people's hearts. I can't do it, but I can't worry about everybody, like all the little things that offend different people. There's yeah, people are going to be offended, but they're already selfish. They're not going to get in the battle. They're already focused on themselves. My message should be, hey, if you're offended by this, you don't have to do what I'm doing, but at least accept what I'm saying. Like, realize the truth of what I'm communicating. Do something like to abolish abortion. Take action to abolish it. Don't be like, oh, I'm so offended, so now I'm not going to do anything. That's just an incredibly selfish mindset. You may not like the way I do things. Cool. Go find a better way to do it. If, in your opinion, if you think another way is more effective, go and do that. You know. But people shouldn't be like, oh, I don't like the way they're doing it, so I'm not going to do anything. Like, I'm going to use that to excuse myself and my apathy, you know. Like, that may be a mindset that's going on, so.
Well, see, I don't speak for everyone. I just know how a lot of people here specifically do think, and it might not be right, or it might not be a very selfless way to think, but they do think that way because they want to protect their own, and these children might be their own. But we do things like we vote and we try and get people on top who know how we feel and who will change it, because we as just pedestrians can't really do anything other than that.
Oh, you can.
Unless you do something like this, which isn't necessarily bad. It's just how you're presenting it is really just gory and hard to look at, which is true. That's what it is. I understand that, and it's wrong. but presenting it in a more tasteful way might be more effective for these specific people, at least at this church.
Yeah.
So maybe if you wanted to do something like this again, it would be more effective if you didn't use signs like this specifically, if you use something else. If you want these images, then maybe give it to just the adults and like hand out things. Because if you're letting the kids see it, yes, they might feel the apathy, but like it's really scary to look at that. And the kids can get that when they're older and they can understand it, they can talk to their parents. But like I know for at least my siblings, they can't see stuff like this. Like that's just really bad for them to see.
I don't know, maybe that's an assumption for a lot of children. Maybe people are assuming that they're going to react in a certain way and that it's doing something to them that it's actually not. Because I have friends who have young children who do this kind of work and who will hold signs like this. And like you can get your children involved in fighting this Holocaust, even using these images. So I think a lot of people are just coming in with the assumption that it's like usually bad for children to see this. I would challenge that assumption.
Well, I think for the environment that your friends' children have been raised in, they're okay with these images and they want to they have the desire to show people and be like, hey, we're fighting for this is great, why don't you help us? But the children here specifically, they're not used to any of this. And I know lots of the kids I work with through their ministries here and babysitting and all those things, they get scared from things like Monsters, Inc. Even the smallest cartoony things.
Yeah.
Things like this, they're not ready for.
So,
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So I think just you need to, before you go into an environment, kind of research and see what certain people are ready for.
Did you,
Because maybe in the town you were in or the place you were in, that's perfect.
Hello.
But for a place like this, it might be something different that would be more effective. So I'm not opposing you, obviously not telling you to leave. It's just maybe try and find certain different ways of doing things for different people.
We don't know. Different things affect different people differently. Maybe somebody in here could be really stirred up to action by seeing this, and been like, whoa, where have I been this whole time? What have we been doing this whole time? That is horrific, and these people are right, I don't know, different people react differently to different things, but I believe that this is very important for changing the way people think, for changing the culture, and saving children from death.
I think it's important as well. I'm just telling you, for this environment specifically, which I was raised in and know very well, this isn't the best way to do it, to get to our hearts here. I've already been obviously introduced to things like this, so it might be more effective for someone like me, but that's because I've also had outside experiences with these things, which people here haven't had.
Well, there's a lot of people who go to this church, I don't know if you can assume the way everybody's going to react to this. And even if it is offensive to them, it makes them think differently about what's going on, and it stirs up conversation. It stirs up people to think, why would they come in front of our church like this? Why do these signs need to be displayed? And then they ask questions, and we can tell them and educate them,
Okay. Well, I have to leave. It was very nice talking to you.
Yeah, good to talk to you. Would you like one?
Sure, thank you.
Yep.